Yo, how's it going? So I'm just like working on this track right now, and I'm kind of like mastering it and like getting it ready. I mean, the way I work on tunes is like I'll like make a master of it and then listen to it a bunch and hopefully play it and then like kind of just keep working on it and then probably never release it. But yeah, I'm mastering this. Like this is like the first real master. Like I've had a limiter on it and made it louder, but like now I'm like actually processing the master. So I figured I'd make a video of what I'm doing. I already did some stuff, so I'll just kind of like walk through what I did on this. And like I guess first what I'll do is just show you quickly the stuff like the groups. I have like a drum group with a tiny bit of processing, just like a saturator, some reverb, and a little bit of compression and parallel at the end. Um, this is just like some rides and cymbals, and it has some compression, just like limiting the highs, basically. And then this is just my sidechain group, and yeah, I just have two shaper boxes as my side chains, and they're not side chaining like all the way, just because this kick is really like super chill. It doesn't have like a lot of lows, so it's not like really conflicting with the bass, you know. Like I'm cutting it at like 80, so pretty chill kick. And then uh, what else was I doing? This is just all the stuff in the song. But yeah, two shaper boxes, kick and snare. Snare's like even less sidechain, and I'm just doing it on like the mids basically. Cause the snare is not even a snare. I should have said clap. It's more like a clap. Yeah, it's like a clap. But yeah, the mastering that I've done so far is I put a multi-band compressor on it, and I should explain my reasoning first, I guess. So, I guess I could turn everything off and then work backwards or something. Yeah, I'll just turn on this so you can. I'll just play the tune without it, I guess first. I'll just play like here or something. Yeah, so you can hear it kind of like add some control to the tune, and maybe we can see that like reflected over here in the EQ. So like check out the EQ. Look for like the dynamic, like look for the differences between the low points and the high points. Like um, think of like the average distance in space. Like where is like the lows like kind of hanging out, and where's the highs kind of like where's the average of the highs hanging out. So like let's just check it out without this on, like bypassed. Yeah, so I mean, I compressed the highs and the lows like a lot, not a lot on the lows, but a lot on the highs. But yeah, the the purpose of that, like of doing that, is just because like the lows and like the high frequencies, like I kind of want more consistency there, and the mids you have like more like room. I feel like to have it be like more transienty, whereas like the highs like too much transience is just like really harsh and like piercing, you know. So like if you look at like the settings of this, like there's attacked all the way down, release is pretty high, like ratios all the way up, and then I pull these ranges down just like to here to ear, and this is like super low ratio because it's like I'm more towards the mid, so I didn't really want to do that much compressing. And yeah, I haven't really set the look aheads yet. I usually do it at the end and kind of don't really fucking. I kind of do that honestly. The look aheads, I should pay more mind to that. I always do that literally just by like my thinking of it, like where I'm like, oh, like the mids, I want more look ahead because I want more transient. So the mids, I just like fucking turn up like to like there, and then like the lows, I'm like little bit. Like I put a little bit there already. There, like I would want like, yeah, a little bit here the most. Here maybe like that, and then like here I put like a little bit. Yeah, so kind of like the same thing. So I think of look ahead as just like it's like looking ahead to catch transients, and like I I feel like I don't know. I like don't I want it to like fucking compress all these transients, you know what I mean? So that's why I have the look ahead low and the attack super low. And this one I have the look ahead high to like know the transients are coming, and then the attack high to like avoid them. And yeah, and then I turn the volume up a little bit, and yeah, this is also a good time when you're doing this multiband compression to like check your balance and stuff. Like be like, oh, like how's my track sound with a little bit more highs, or like how's it sound with a little bit more lows or mids. Like this is kind of a good place to like just boost or fucking cut them, you know, like just to kind of test your tune. And then next I put a soothe just to kind of tame some of the highs, like very light, high selectivity, like not too sharp. Yeah, I just started putting soothe on stuff like the master. It's like I think the first time I've done it, but it seems to be working for this tune. But then I have a spectre, which is like an EQ, and it's doing because of this actually because of this the multiband compressor. Like when I play the song, if you look at like the highs from the multiband compressor kind of like they're taken away a bit, and like I'd just rather add them back in with this EQ than just like add them back in with this thing. So like yeah. You see how the highs like just aren't as much as they were when I like wrote the tune, so like I've added that EQ to boost it, and then I added another EQ, the same thing, just at 10k instead of 5, with just like the tiniest bit to add like a little bit more of that. And yeah, that's basically where I'm at. I just put this compressor on too, and I did super low threshold. This is like my glue compressor, like gluing it on the mastering setting. I would turn this look ahead all the way up. And yeah, I would do like high attack, like probably over 100 milliseconds, and like pretty high release, because your glue one, right? Like your glue compressor, I feel like you want to like let the transients through, so high attack, but then you also want it to glue it, so like you want it to like stay compressed, so like a higher release, like I feel like 275, or like I don't want to give you specific numbers. That's just like fucking what I think. I don't really. I'm like over here is like obviously closer to the fast side, so I'm like, oh, somewhere over here kind of slower, you know. I don't know. I take back specific numbers, like use your ears, but I just think I don't want it super snappy. I like want it gluing, so like slower, then like lower ratio. um and I have like I kind of like also I look at the gain reduction on my glue one. I don't want like a ton, so like 5 or less probably is just like, ah, shit, more numbers, just like, you know, just a little bit. Yeah, the way I've been liking setting Pro L is just like look at it all the way down, attack all the way up, release all the way up, transparent, and then however much you can get away with. I probably went a little bit far. I don't know. I feel like this tune kind of like sounding nice, like the more I'm pushing it, sounding chill. But yeah, I also put like gold fuss on the master usually, which is sick. Like mastering EQ. I just do like, recover, like something moderate, tame, the same as recover, like 27. I want to do 25, but, and then go like that. Just grab these little thingies. Like, I don't really want it messing with like 10K or above, and I feel like I don't want it messing with like 90K or below or 100. Just like, I don't know. Just don't fuck with stuff down there. What else? Oh yeah, I have span open on the side. I have like another monitor here, but I have a span open, and I go into like presets and I have it on mid-side stereo, so I can like see while I'm working. And then, yeah, I don't really know. I think it sounded pretty chill to me. I guess the next thing that I would say about like mastering and stuff is like your settings. You want to like put these settings on everything as high as they go. So like go in here and go oversampling to that, and then linear phase to not offset the phase of it. It's a lot like fuck with the phase of stuff. Also, because it's like on the master, so it's like combining all these things. So like messing with the phase of stuff would be weird. Soothe. Yeah, let's just turn this ultra. There we go. I don't think there's any way to make that higher quality. Let's see. Quality ultra. Offline, same. Alright, spectra. I don't think you can do anything to those. Oversampling. Look ahead's all the way up. Gold fuzz, I don't think you can do anything to. This thing, I'm just going to turn dithering on. If you don't dither it, you have to like restart over from the beginning. Like, your song is just, I don't want to listen if you didn't dither. No, I'm just kidding. Fully kidding. You can forget dithering. No one will care or notice, but I just do it out of habit. And then DC offset, output level -1 to like avoid compression, like weird compression from like YouTube or like whatever, SoundCloud or Spotify or whatever. Oversampling all the way. Is there anything else I'm forgetting? True peaks on, make sure that's on. Yeah, I think that's good. Oh yeah, and also like make sure your ending of your song like is like how you want it. I don't know. That's a mistake I always make. Like all the fucking endings, I'll like bounce it. I'll think it's like done and mastered, and I'll listen to it, and the ending's like way too long, or like just something stupid like has a weird click at the very end because like I didn't, so just like double check that it's like how you want it. Yeah, I even have like this boosting it a little bit just because like the intro is like really quiet because it's just a bunch of bird noises. So I have it like boosted at the beginning, and then yeah, I guess that's something else I should have mentioned. I keep this open too, like Syscope. It's good to have some type of oscilloscope open when you're working so you can like see your waveforms of stuff. And like when I was working, I noticed that like this is gonna be one of those songs where like the meat of the track has like like it's just like super chunky waveform in the beginning, and like the middle is like tiny, and like so I just like fix that by just turning it up a bit, and I turned everything up on the channels too a bit, just kind of like try to push everything a little bit. Yeah, and then I have it like kind of slowly fading down so it's not like noticeably getting quieter before the stuff comes in. But yeah, I guess that's it. And then I'll render it. Just yeah, select everything, render, bit depth 16, wave, whatever. No dither because you already dithered it. So, you know, don't double dither because you're just adding noise. You know, don't double dip, don't double dither. You know. Alright, you just go into your massive whips folder of just shit you're never gonna do anything with, and then call it whip number 7 billion, and then you're good. No, for real, what should I call this? I was just calling it want you, so I'll just call it want you master 1, and I'll probably listen to this for a bit and then make some changes and stuff, and then I'll come back in and turn all those settings back to like their normal workable settings because now your CPU is super high, you know. So I'll go back in and like put the settings back to like regular, and then fix whatever I want to fix, and then undo that and like turn settings back to high, and then redo the thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope shared some sort of tips or something. But yeah, cheers.